examples that he mentioned right now. Normally, for example, when we're in like a live concert, like the one you see before, when we're into break, what we normally do is, just a second.
Okay.
We do. I mean, we prepare each preset before we start shooting, of course. So it's very easy to do it actually. For example, right now you can see we're using camera 2.
Hold on one sec. Let me just give the guys who are watching online a scenario, yeah? Picture this. You've got a stage, right, with 120 musicians, okay? Now, those musicians, that orchestra, that concert goes through a process, say an hours long broadcast, yeah? You've got your camera set up, 5 to 8 cameras, and what happens is, at some point there's going to be a lot of different interaction taking place between, for example, the cello and the first violin, and then the whole strings are going to be playing, and then the brass comes in. So you need to be sort of like properly aware beforehand of what's going to happen during a broadcast, right? So when you need what cameras to be on where and who. So the scenario that Seb's going to talk to you about now is, say we're there just before, you know, the dress rehearsal. You've got the camera set up around the stage area or around the product set area, and then the musicians have sat down. Okay, Seb?
Exactly. So the music set down. So actually, what I do, I'm gonna show it to you with the on the remote camera controller. Yes, please. It's actually very simple. Like you can see, I'm gonna change to the camera I'm using right now. That's the camera 2. So I just press the button to change between cameras.
Show them how that goes.
Exactly. Then, for example, when I change to this camera with this joystick, I can move the camera very easily. I can even change the speed of the movement I want to change. Or, for example, as we're talking about the presets, they're actually very easy. I can press button 1, and I preset it before. So preset 1 is going to show me the TriCaster and everything we're using. Preset 2, for example, is going to go closer into the TriCaster.
Now, tell him it's important now. We're showing you this live, but normally in the preview beforehand, can you see the 2 screens? This one here is the live screen, but you've got a preview screen here. Can you see that with my fingers, guys?
So, for example, if we change camera, I see it on the preview before everyone sees on the big screen or on the live stream like you do right now. As you can see, we have now preview is the camera you can see, and live stream is the camera that you're seeing right now. So if I want to change camera, I can do an auto fade, or I can fade it manually, I mean without a fade, for example.
Yeah, you can just click with the mouse. Or
it's very simple.
That keyboard.
And one of the easiest way to do a preset with this camera setup is, for example, I'm going to change the camera angle.
Zoom in, yeah.
I'm going to go, let's go up here. And then I say, okay, I like this setup. I would like to have this angle. Then what I do is I go back. I show it to you. Let me zoom in again. Opa, sorry, it's too sensitive right now. It's still okay. What I do is I press one button store, and then I choose from one of the many preset buttons I can use, and I can save it, for example, to button 8. And then it's gonna start blinking, as you can see. So this means I saved already the preset. So now I can go back to 1, preset 1, and then I can go back to preset 8 that we just saved right now.
So you can imagine a scenario, guys, if you're watching, you've got a classical concert happening, which is like pure stress. It's actually where we learned how to do all this stuff, believe it or not. So really thanks to all the guys at the ZKO and David Bruchet and the gang at the Tonhalle Orchestra and Tonhalle Late, and David Zinman, for everybody actually through David Zinman all this stuff started. But you can imagine, you know, you've got 5 cameras operating, you've got the TriCast setup, you've got quite a stressy situation. Classical music is of the highest level anyway, so you know the standard you've got to show is top. And that with these presets, which actually Michel told us about, because we started using these cameras and not realizing that there were presets available, right? So we were just doing it by hand. And how we've got it now is following with the system. We have a musician or somebody who reads the notes. We've got 3 guys actually, Kevin Griffiths and David Bruchet and Georgios Balatsinos, who've all done their concerts with us, brilliant, actual conductors themselves, and they know about these camera presets and stuff like that. So they look at the notes for the whole orchestra. They look at those, and then they actually write the preset. So it'll be camera 1, preset 3 for the first 30 seconds. Camera 2, preset 5. So you're actually going through 16 minutes. Oh, I've just seen the chat there. Why does it keep cutting? Try refreshing AW-HE100. Have a look at that, yeah? So yeah, you can imagine, you list the presets before the concert, and then it just saves you so much stress and so much work, because it's literally click of a button, right, Seb? And
Exactly.
when you're in a stress situation, live production, man, you know, you want to have it optimized so you can concentrate on creating the best artistic broadcast as possible, you know, given your scenario. And these bits of equipment, what we're showing you now, you know, they really work. It's really cool.